Marine ply is different from BWP and BWR. So we confuse, and the clients also gets confused, like marine ply is the BWP ply, but it's not that case.
Hello everyone, this is Susmita.
This is Arijit.
And together we welcome you to Elysian Design Studio. So today's video is all about plywood.
Well, big companies, big promises, but the reality is slightly different. How? We will talk about that in this video. See, the plywood is the very primary building material in your home interiors, and you should have a good knowledge about it, what plywood is going to be used for the interiors of your home. So stay tuned.
So we all know that the primary building material is plywood, but what is plywood actually?
So plywood is an engineered wood. So it is made up of thin veneer sheets, which is pressed together with glue, resins, adhesives, and pressed together at very high pressure so that they are stronger, they are durable, flexible at the same time.
Yes.
So that is basically plywood, and this is how it is made of.
We all know that there are types of plywood, right? Like MR, BWR and BWP. But what are these actually?
So very important question, and a client should be aware of this very much. Okay, so the primary ply that is being used in the interior work is known as the MR ply or the commercial ply. MR stands for moisture resistant, and its grade is IS 303 or 303. So basically, where the moisture content is very less in the atmosphere, we can use this kind of a ply to make storages like TV unit, basic ledges, wardrobe carcass, etc. So these are primarily used in this structures. The next comes BWR, which is also known as the boiling water resistant ply. Its grade is also IS 303. So basically, where the moisture content is medium, low to medium, so we can use this ply on those areas. For example, the top units of a kitchen, small ledges, and top units of the bathrooms as well. So we can use there where the moisture is not directly falling onto that structure, right? So a little bit of moisture would not hamper, but if it is continuously in, the water is getting onto it, so that becomes a problem then.
Yes.
The next ply is the BWP, also known as the boiling water proof. So its grade is IS 710. So we use this ply where there is a lot of moisture content around that storage area. For example, in wet kitchen, in bathroom vanity units, utility as well. So this kind of ply is specifically used for this reason, for these areas. So there is another ply which is known as marine ply. Yes, marine ply is different from BWP and BWR. So we confuse, and the clients also gets confused, like marine ply is the BWP ply, but it's not that case. Marine ply, as the name suggests, was used to make ships and boats as well, right? So you can understand like what quality of material that would be. Yes, this can also be used. This is used actually for bathrooms and kitchen cabinets. We use in Bangalore mostly MR and BWP. So this is what we strongly recommend in Bangalore, because in Bangalore, if you see, the moisture content is basically dry and not that wet as compared to the coastal areas like in Mumbai and all those areas, right? The moisture content in the atmosphere is relatively higher. So it is recommended to use at least BWP ply for the wardrobes and all, and marine ply for the kitchens. That is strongly recommended.
So you mentioned about the grades of plywood, like 303 and 710, right?
Right.
So what are these?
So in the market, there are three kinds of ply altogether. So one comes with IS mark 303, one comes with IS mark 710, and other plywood doesn't have that mark at all. So those are like really cheap kind of a plywood. Those are very substandard veneer sheets, and the adhesive use is also very substandard. It will not last for a long time. Now comes the IS grade 303. So this grade is used for the moisture resistant and the BWR, boiling water resistant ply. So what happens is the urea based adhesive is used in this ply, which generates the properties of water resistant among those plywoods. So this becomes relatively cheaper from the other counterparts, but only those who has like the IS mark. Now the waterproof ply is having a IS 710 mark on it. So IS 710 mark signifies that higher quality of adhesives, higher quality of resins has been used in that ply, and the pressing mechanism is also different, so that the properties of waterproofing are significantly increased, as well as those panels don't come out easily, right? So they give a durability of around 25 years, whereas the 303 gives a durability of around 10 years, right?
So nowadays many brands are there of plywood. So which brands are the best brands to go with?
Now that is a very difficult question to go with, because most of the authentic brands provide IS certified ply only. But the thing is where the plant is located and from where they are procuring this natural sheets of veneer and what resins they are using. Since Century and Green are the top of the food chain, they offer a superior quality among all, and the pricing is also higher on that side. We use Green and National Ply. National Ply is among the top in most of the interior brands. In fact, the interior studios prefer National Ply because they offer like they are very easy to procure. It doesn't go out of stock. Every time we consult our supplier, there is the stock, so no issues come up, right? So that is the thing. That is why we use National Ply mostly. And if the client wants to use Green Ply or Century, we definitely use it. But National is almost equal to that segment. So we basically use Green, Century, and National.
Now the last question is, how will a client know what brand of ply is going to be used in their home?
Yes. So as per what we have told in our previous videos, so we give the bill to the clients, right? So in that they can easily check it out, like what brand of ply is going to be used. So if they have specified any brand, then that is definitely going to be used there, or else we would recommend National.
Yes.
So what happens is most of the companies are tied up with factories, right? So they directly send out the batch to the factory, and everything is getting laminated and then coming to the site. So the client is not free always to go to the factory and check it out by themselves if the same price what they have promised they are getting that ply or not. But they can come to our factory. If not, we go to the factory for quality checks, and at that point of time we send the images of what are the procedures going on at the factory and what ply is going to be cut, when it is going to be cut, how it is being pasted. So all this information the client would have. Again, it's very important, as we have already told in our previous video, that you should always know, like, if you're getting the same value as what you have paid for. So it's very important to know what are the materials that is coming to your project, what it is going to be used in your home, because you paid a very hefty amount. It's a hard-earned money, and you should always figure it out if it is going to the right cause or not.
Yes.
So with this, we end this video.
Yes.
I hope you have got enough insight on plywood, the types of plywood, and how to differentiate between plywoods. All the information and the details will be there in the description below. If you have concerns or any issues, do let us know in our comments. And if you like this video, drop us a like, share it among your friends, your families and colleagues, so that they also have a good knowledge about this.
Yes.
Thank you, and we see you later in our next video. Bye-bye.